I was unconvinced that what I was looking at was just fluff. I mentioned it to others. My husband was very tolerant. He was actually happy that I wasn't focused on other things. But I thought I was onto something here. I mean, yeah, what if those little things flying in the air aren't, what if there's something we haven't thought of before? Maybe, I don't know, some kind of in-between plant and insect. Some other being. I analyzed them. I made little drawings. I studied them for hours. Yeah, I kept my mind off of other things. But, sure, the wind carried them, but maybe they were little beings designed to be carried by the wind. Maybe all these little filaments were precursors to insect wings, for example, as we know them. And they are designed to catch breezes. And I had moments where I thought, gosh, this is just crazy. And then I had other moments of wonder and thinking, this is just something's just too organized. I mean, seeing them fly even outside. Okay, I just touched it a little from there, and it jumped over to there. I don't know what's going on. Wherever, sometimes in my room. It was just weird. And I was so intrigued. I messaged a friend of mine who's a very well-respected scientist, state paleontologist, and I mentioned it to him. And when he realized I wasn't joking,
How are you?
I'm doing good. He suggested talking with the insect expert up at the Museum of Natural History, and has never mentioned it again. We've never talked about it again, or talked about anything for that matter. Yeah, he probably thinks I'm nuts, but I know he has a good sense of humor, so at least I hope he's chuckling. But I did make an appointment and went and talked with the insect expert. And I showed her my little sample. I took great care of my samples. I still have some. But, I mean, I didn't know if they were alive beings or dead, so erring on the side of caution, I took great care of them. Anyway, I brought a sample. I brought one up and showed the insect expert up at the Museum of Natural History, and she took one look at it and said, yeah, I think that's fluff. I mean, it is fluff, but the fluff that everybody looks at and doesn't look twice at, assuming that it's some seed pod. I was hoping we'd go to her office and look at it under a microscope, and yeah, no, we went for coffee and we talked about other things, which was cool. I mean, that was interesting too, but anyway, so then I went home and got little microscopes from Amazon, magnifying glasses, microscopes, set up my what do you call these things? Arms, overhead arms that you can bring down and attach. I got anyway, I had a light attached to it, and I'd put my phone on it to video it, put magnifying thing on the phone. I thought I was pretty scientific about it. I was curious. What if I'd discovered something new? And I think I have. I just don't know what it is yet. Whether that's discovering something about this interesting being that maybe it is between insect and plant, or maybe it's just diving into insect fluff. I did gather, I went around the neighborhood and I gathered all different kinds of fluff from different plants. And I researched online. I Googled, looking for images of fluff. But none of the seeds that I had collected from the plants around here, none of the seeds and nothing I found online looked quite like this. Yeah. So I kept looking and just being with these little things, seeing, noticing patterns, how they landed, and just something really intriguing with how they moved little appendages. I mean, how could wind do that? As the scientist told me, could be static electricity. Yeah, so there's that, and it could be. But still, just because we can explain how things happen doesn't take away the excitement and mystery away from them. For me, anyway. it got my imagination on fire. Maybe I have houseplants, and so there's little white fluffs that are pretty cool. You know, the insects that go on your houseplants and then metamorphosize into different stages of development and do different things, which is pretty cool. And so, why not? Why couldn't there be something that looks like a seed pod, mimics a seed pod, or at least has a similar design.
It's fall, Anna.
Yay! But has something more. But they still fascinate me. But just like everything else, I really went down this rabbit hole of fluff.